B Marsh Boxing back at it with another basketball video. Well, it's been a while since I've done a basketball video, but we back at it. And guess who got the best record in the NBA as of today, November 11th? None other than the Boston Celtics. The C's, number one. I ain't gonna lie, man. Celtics doing the damn thing. You know what I mean? We lost Al Horford, which was a big acquisition for the Philadelphia Sixers. You know what I mean? But man, we ticking, man. We ticking like a time bomb. You know what I mean? We don't even have Ennis Cantor. He hasn't even played one single game yet, and we're 8-1. We won seven in a row since losing our first game. We started off the season 0-1 after we lost to Philly. Not no blowout. It's the first game of the season, competitive game, but we kind of capitulated in the fourth quarter. Not to mention Kemba Walker. It was his debut as a Celtic. He ain't looked too great in that game, but everything after that, man, he's been that dude. Really and truly, this Celtics team has been more fun to watch than last year's team with Kyrie. You know what I mean? With the deal, E. Woodson. E. Woodson's in the chat. He says, "Love G, big up, big up, big up to E. Woodson coming through in the chat. Salute." You know what I mean? I do boxing videos all day, man. But I can do basketball videos too, you know what I mean? I could do basketball videos. My basketball acumen is up there with by my boxing acumen, you know what I mean? I don't just watch current players, man. I've been watching the game for a minute. I've been a Celtics fan since I lived in Boston. Fuck with McHale, Bird, and Parrish, you know what I mean? The first big three. And I'm a lifelong Celtics fan, man, till I'm 6 feet deep, you heard? And last year's team, listen to me carefully. Last year's team with Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward came back after that horrific injury 2 years ago, snapped his ankle in half. Last year's team was the most disappointing team I've watched as a Celtic fan in my lifetime. You know what I mean? The expectations were so high, but we didn't do shit, man. We got to the playoffs. We played the Indiana Pacers first round. They didn't even have Oladipo. We beat them, but to me that wasn't a test. We played Milwaukee. We beat them in game one. Then we lost four in a row, and Kyrie Irving went cold in game two, three, four, and five. You know what I mean? That man couldn't buy a basket to save his life. Kyrie Irving's game is different from Kemba Walker. You know what I mean? I give this. This is the edge I give Kyrie over Kemba Walker. Field goal percentage. You know what I mean? Kyrie Irving's the type of guy. Look, he's a talented player, no question about it. Is he a ball hog? Well, he dribbles probably 18 seconds out of that 24-second shot clock. You know what I mean? I've been watching the Brooklyn games. Guys are just basically standing on the corner, staying on the outside, waiting with their hands open, ready to get the ball from Kyrie if and when he decides to pass the rock. Kemba Walker, on the other hand, man, Celtics lead the NBA in assists. You know what I mean? The ball movement from the Boston Celtics this year is the best ball movement in the NBA since teams like the Warriors before Kevin Durant got there, or if you remember them Phoenix Suns teams with Steve Nash, and or if you remember them Mike Bibby, C. Webb, Vlade Divac teams with Sacramento Kings, Bobby Jackson, Doug Christie, and all them. You know what I mean? That's what we doing right now. We got three players in them who are averaging 20 plus points. Gordon Hayward, Kemba Walker, and Jason Tatum. You know what I mean? All three of them. Shit, man, they looking like. Yo, it's very rare you see an NBA team with three guys scoring 20. You know what I mean? I'm even. It's difficult right now for me to remember a team that had three guys scoring 20. I might have to go back to the late 80s, early 90s with the Seattle Supersonics with Xavier McDaniel, Dale Ellis, and Tom Chambers. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think when's the last time. Maybe them Lakers teams, but when they had Eddie Jones, Van Exel, and Cedric Ceballos. I'm not too sure, man, but it's real. It's very rare you see a team with three guys holding it down with 20 points per game plus. You know what I mean? Don't forget about Jalen Brown. He's probably approaching 20. now because Gordon Hayward broke his hand two games ago at the San Antonio Spurs. You know what I mean? In San Antonio on a freak accident, just like I snapped his ankle or snapped his leg in half. A freak accident. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say the man is fragile, but I hope he recovers soon. He just had surgery today. But Kyrie Irving, on the other hand, is a fragile guy. You know what I mean? He's always injured. And look, I like what we're doing with Kemba Walker. I've been a fan of Kemba Walker since UConn. You know what I mean? Even more than Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving was my favorite point guard last year by default, just because he played on my team. When he ain't on my team, hey, I could care less. He's just another player, great player. You know what I mean? But Kyrie Irving, the ball movement and stopping the ball movement. He don't rotate that rock, and fellas could be stagnated. How is it that Kemba Walker comes to the Boston Celtics? Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Gordon Hayward are now looking like all stars. Not to mention Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker's all first team or second team NBA. You know what I mean? So that fella's gonna get his. But how is it that when Kyrie Irving leaves, Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, and Gordon Hayward are looking like their old selves? You know what I mean? That just shows up the proof is in the pudding. Right now, Brooklyn Nets ain't even doing too hot. And don't give me no excuse that Kevin Durant ain't there. Don't do that. That's what we're not going to do. Because all the Brooklyn Nets did was swap D'Angelo Russell, who went over the Oakland Warriors or Golden State Warriors, and now they have Kyrie Irving at the point guard. That's the only swap. Just like for us, we had Kyrie Irving. Now we have Kemba Walker. That was a swap. But we looking better without Kyrie Irving, and that's the truth. You know what I mean? Everybody's getting an opportunity to showcase what they could do, and we're 8-1. But to me, the biggest test for me, I'm watching Boston versus Philadelphia, Boston versus Milwaukee. To me, those are two best teams. I personally think they better than us, but we shall see. It's early. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. Of course, Milwaukee Bucks got the MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo. That guy's a monster. And Philadelphia's team is much improved with Al Horford and Jason Richardson. Those were big moves that they picked up in the offseason. They starting five is long as F, you know what I mean? They mad deep. You know what I'm saying? They mad starting five with Joel Embiid at the center, um, Horford at the power forward, Tobias Harris at the three, Jason Richardson, or is it Josh Richardson, excuse me, at the two guard, and then you got a 6'10" Ben Simmons at the point. They are problems. You know what I mean? They bench ain't that deep, you know what I mean? But the Celtics, that to me is those are the matchups right there. And look, if we can play together like we've been playing thus far, I think we can beat anybody. But in the East, those are the tests. Of course, when we go out west or when the Western teams come to Boston, those are big tests too. Clippers, Lakers, Rockets, just any and everybody. Denver Nuggets, you know what I mean? Those teams are. If we can beat those teams, you know what I mean, because you only face a Western Conference team twice in a year. Like we used to have the Warriors number, you know what I mean? We beat them in Oakland and we beat them in Boston. You know, 2 years ago I was looking for that matchup, even last year. That would be a good matchup, Celtics versus Warriors. Unfortunately, it never happened. But I'm looking forward to see what the C's got for the rest of the season, and I'll guarantee you this: we will do much better than what we did with Kyrie Irving. You know what I mean? And last year's team, like I said, was the most disappointing team to me in my lifetime watching the Boston Celtics, where we didn't even make the playoffs in the early 2000s after Paul Pierce and Antoine Walker. That got broken up. Then we went in a rebuild mode before we got KG and Ray Allen. Yeah, we had some bad teams, but those teams played hard. You know what I'm saying? They played hard and they played together even if they had losses. Just like all them teams in the 7 year drought after, 94, 95 when the Celtics made the playoffs with Dominique Wilkins and Rick Fox and D. Brown, Xavier McDaniel, Sherman Douglas, Dino Raja, Eric Montross, those guys, you know what I mean? Kevin Gamble, you know what I'm saying? We missed the playoffs from 1994-95 season till 2001, 2002. when P. Double and Kenny Anderson and Tony Battie and Walker and Walter McCarty and Tony Delk, these guys, Rodney Rogers, they took us back to the playoffs. Even during that stretch of those bad years, the Celtics weren't as disappointing as that team last year with Kyrie Irving, who had championship aspirations, and we got knocked out in the second round easily by the Milwaukee Bucks. That shit left a bad taste in my mouth, just like the whole season did. But this year, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. Surprisingly, the Toronto Raptors, even after losing Kawhi Leonard, are 7-2, second best team in the East. You know what I mean? I'm surprised. Siakam is a bad man. Pascal Siakam is a bad man. Listen to me. You know what I mean? I know what I'm talking about, dogs. This guy's averaging like 27 a game. The man was most improved player last year when he averaged like 17, 18. He could be most improved player again this year, two times in a row. You know what I'm saying? That guy's a champion and he balled the F out in the finals against the Warriors. He's balling the F out this year. So, it's surprising to see the Raptors are doing the damn thing still, even without Kawhi Leonard. Pascal Siakam, his best attributes is running in the open floor, transition game. He's almost like a Giannis Antetokounmpo. You know what I mean? Not quite as dynamic and better like a passer and a ball handler, but in the open court, you can't stop Antetokounmpo. There's no way. Pascal Siakam is getting a lot of buckets in the transition game, so it's fun to watch, man. I'm a fan of the league. I'm a fan of my Boston Celtics. I'm a diehard fan, dogs. You know what I mean? Like, look, man, I'm a Patriots fan too. But believe you me, I'm a basketball fan even before football. I trade five of our six titles with the Patriots in order to have all them titles. Five more with the Boston Celtics. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful to see the C's winning the title. You know what I mean? We got the most titles in NBA history. The Lakers, they looking like they trying to catch up to us. They got 16, we got 17. I'm a Laker hater, but I give props where it's due. According to the Lakers, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, these are some of my favorite players of all time. You know what I mean? Although I'm a Celtics fan, I'm a Larry Bird, Mikhail P. Double, Bill Russell, man. I'm Sam Jones. I met Sam Jones. You know what I'm saying? So, B Marsh Boxing, let me know what y'all think about the C's. The best team in the NBA as of today, November 11th. Oh shit. It's this little shorty birthday today, man. I forgot to give her a call. Probably do that after this because man, I ain't trying to get the cold shoulder, you know what I mean? I know she gonna be pissed if I ain't wish her a happy birthday. November 11th. Good to know. But yeah, man, the C's, we doing our damn thing, man. And Cantor hasn't played one single game yet. We lost Al Horford, who was a very big. He was basically like the glue to the Celtics. You know, what I mean, he kept everything together. But if we can have fellas step up in his place and not even treat it like a big loss, because Philadelphia got him, and we can overcome that because we have younger players, I think we're gonna be alright. B Marsh Boxing. What's up, E Woodson? He says, it's all love, fam. Just got the notification, had to jump in, about to get off. Work soon, though. All right, big man. No question. Don't work too hard, you know what I mean? You can get home safe, you heard? Yes, indeed, man. So I'm here watching two things at once, watching the 49ers, watching NBA. Just chilly chill on a Monday. And Celtics beat the Dallas Mavericks tonight. That kid Luka Doncic is a bad man. I'm not realizing this right now. I realized that when I see him doing damage last year as a rookie. This guy's an actual triple double threat. The guy can't jump over a newspaper, got no hops. He can't jump over a credit card. But the guy has intellectual. The guy has a basketball IQ is off the charts, you know what I mean? Almost something similar to like LeBron James. LeBron James has a high basketball IQ, you know what I mean? It's just the heart department where I think he's always lacked, you know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there. That's probably for another video. B Marsh Box, leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know what y'all think about the Boston Celtics, best team in the NBA. Go Celtics. Peace.